Hi guys, today we are going to be going through part of the Ashtanga primary series. So it's quite a large series, so we're just going to go through the sun salutations, so sun salutations A and sun salutations B, along with the standing series after that. I'm going to give you lots of modifications, which are really, really good if you're just starting out, or if you're like me and your shoulders feeling a little bit dodgy, or maybe your hips or your legs. So do feel free to follow along with the modifications. I will tell you the harder version as well. So don't feel that you just have to do the easier stuff, but don't let your ego make you go further than your body can, okay? I would recommend having a couple of blocks kicking around. They're always really, really useful for everything. And there's a little bit where you might want to be relatively near the wall if your balance is a bit like mine and a bit dodgy today. So you can grab onto the wall for a bit of extra support should you need it. So what we're going to do is at the start of the Ashtanga series, we come to our mat and we start standing. We actually end standing as well, but don't worry, I will take you into a nice little relaxing Shavasana at the end of this, so don't panic. So what we're going to do is we're going to come onto our mat. If you want to follow me, I'm just going to pop the block, one at each end. It's the easiest place for them. So come to the top of your mat, stand feet together or slightly further apart if that's slightly more comfortable for you. Certainly is for me, especially if you have slightly larger thighs and they like to touch each other and see each other in the middle. So we're going to stand, we're going to bring our hands into prayer pose, and we're going to close down our eyes. Just breathe nice and deeply here for a minute or so. Come into your practice and settle in. So we're going to start the class today with 3 umms. So breathe in nice and deeply. Om. Bow your head to your hands and slowly open your eyes and look up and bring your hands down to your sides. So we start all of our vinyasas in this standing posture called samasthiti. So again, same principles, feet together or slightly further apart, hands down by our sides, not right touching to our sides and not too far out either, so just hanging naturally. Don't arch your bottom out like this, so tuck the pelvis under, stand up nice and straight, shoulders back and down, head up. I'll also be cueing you on the in-breaths and the exhalations, and also the drishti points, so our gaze points. So I'll say, look up at your thumb, or the tip of your nose, or your third eye center between your eyebrows or your navel, or your feet. And just follow those if you feel that you can. Sometimes it can be quite difficult when you're first starting out to follow those ones. So we're going to start the practice now. So we're going to start with our sun salutation A. We're going to do 5 rounds of this, and then we're going to move into sun salutation B, and we're going to do 5 rounds of that before we get into the standing postures. So come to the top of your mat and stand in samasthiti, and stand up nice and tall. So we're going to start the practice nice and tall. So this is the first vinyasa. Gaze forward, raise the arms up overhead, don't arch your back, hands together, and your gaze here is at your thumb. And then we're going to fold forward into our first forward fold with your hands down by our feet, touching the floor. And if you can't get your legs straight in this posture and you find your back rounding, then you can bend your knees as much as you need and concentrate on keeping your back flat. Breathe in as we come up to a halfway lift, and again back flat in this posture. Hands to the ground, bend your knees, step back with the right foot and the left, and then knees down and down into chaturanga on the exhale. Come up into upward facing dog on the inhale. Tuck your toes and push up into downward facing dog on your exhale. You're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Your gaze point is your navel, but don't try and stick your head under and look at your tummy. Keep your head in a nice neutral position. You'll notice when I did the chaturangas that I came down to my knees. You can do it with your knees lifted if you like. And it's the same with the upward facing dog as well. We've got one more breath in this posture. Now on an inhale, bend your knees, step the right foot forward, left foot forward to meet it, and come up into your halfway lift again. Exhale down into your forward fold. Inhale all the way up, hands Musin Para above your head, gaze up at the thumbs, and exhale down to your standing posture. Okay, so that's round 1. We've got another 4 of those to go. Are you ready? So inhale, arms up overhead, hands in prayer. Exhale all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, come down into your chaturanga. Lift up, inhale, gaze up in your upward facing dog. Tuck your toes and exhale back into your downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bend your knees, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, gaze at your thumb, and exhale, back to standing. If when you're trying to put your arms up overhead, your hands don't touch, bring them slightly wider. Okay, that's number 2 done. So number 3, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, knees down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And stay here for 5 breaths. Try to keep your spine as straight as you can here. And if that means you need to bend your knees slightly, please do that. That's 4 and 5. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, arms down. So I'm going to show you that from the front now. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the palms, bend the knees, step back, knees down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale to standing. And we've got one more round of that to go. So inhale, look up, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step forward, halfway lift, fold forward. Inhale, up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Okay, so that was 5 of those. Now we're going to do 5 of the sun salutation B. So these add in a couple of extra poses. So it makes a 17 vinyasa sequence at the end. We'll be adding in chair postures and warrior ones on both sides. So if you'd like to follow on with me, we'll get started at the top of the mat again. So we start again standing. On the inhale, we're going to come into chair pose. So inhale, arms up, look up at your thumbs. Again, if you can get your hands to touch, great. If not, slightly wider. Don't arch your bottom out. Tuck your bottom under. And then exhale to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, pivot on the back foot, come up into your warrior 1, hands up, look up, come down, exhale, chaturanga again. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward with the left foot, pivot on the right, arms up, look up. Exhale, chaturanga again. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and stay here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look forward, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up to chair posture. Exhale, standing. So that one's a little bit harder. If you need to take a break at any point, please do feel free to do that. You can come into child's pose at any point and take a break. Do remember to have a drink if you need one as well. So we've got another 4 of those to go, okay? So if we're ready, standing at the top of the mat, inhale, chair posture. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, pivot on the left. Come up into your warrior one. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step forward with the left foot, come up. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bend the knees, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Okay, we have another 3 of these to go. I'll show you one from the front. So, standing, inhale, chair posture. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, knees down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, pivot on the back foot, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, come up, look up. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Hold for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look forward, step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand. 2 more of those to go. Come to the top of the mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Reset yourselves, it's not easy work. Okay. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, pivot on the left foot, come up into your warrior one. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right, left foot forward. Come up into your warrior one, look up. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe here for 5 breaths. If it's within your practice, you can try Ujjayi breathing here. So that's where you constrict the back of your throat to make a hissing sound. Cool, sounds like the sea when you're listening to a conch shell. So that's 4 breaths here now. And 5. Breathe in, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, look up. No. Inhale, I'm sorry, chair posture. Exhale to stand. Even the teachers get it wrong sometimes, I'm sorry. Okay, final round. So, inhale, chair posture. Look up, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, look up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, pivot on the left foot. Come up into your warrior one. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, pivot on the left foot, come up into your warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. Four and 5. Inhale, look forward, step forwards. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, chair posture. Look up, exhale to stand. Well done. So just stand for a couple of minutes, feet slightly wider, eyes closed, stand up nice and straight. Get your breath back. If you need to take a drink, please do so. So now we are going to begin the standing portion of the primary series. So it's a series of postures. Some of them have part of the sun salutation between them, but that comes a bit later, so your arms get a bit of a rest just now, you'll be pleased to hear. So start at the top of your mat. You're going to come into your standing posture. This is the posture that we do between each set of poses. So come to standing, roll the shoulders back, put your hands on your hips, bend the knees on an inhale, exhale, step or jump your feet apart. Roll the shoulders back, look up, inhale, exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, and come all the way down and grab your toes with your 2-piece fingers. See if you can see here, there we go. Grab your toes with your 2-piece fingers. Inhale, come up to that same halfway lift. Again, your knees can be slightly bent if you want, or if you need. And try not to round your back. And we're going to exhale all the way down into our forward fold. So you want to aim to have your spine as straight as you can. So you don't want to be hunching like this. And we're going to stay here for another 4 breaths. Elbows out wide. 2, 3, 4, and 5. On your next inhale, come up, halfway lift. Release your peace fingers. Then you're going to take your palm and you're going to pop your foot underneath it so that you're standing on the palm of your foot and your wrist is touching the floor. We'll do that with both of our feet. Like so. Now again, try not to hunch your back under. Come up to a halfway lift on your inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. And then another 5 breaths here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up. Bring your hands, exhale, bring your hands to your waist. And then inhale, gently all the way up. Shoulders up, look up. Exhale, feet together, hands down to your side. Okay. The next posture is a triangle pose. So you're going to come to the top of your mat, feet together, hands on the hip. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, step the right foot back with a big step. Try and line your heel with the inside arch of your back foot and straighten your legs. If your balance isn't feeling too great, you can bring your back leg forward to widen your stance slightly. Ooh, as you can see, mine isn't today. So bring your arms out to your sides, and then you're going to lean forward to create length, and then put the arm down, and anywhere you can touch, so whether that's the knee, the shin, or the foot. We want to be keeping this section of ourselves nice and long, and our arm up. Keep our shoulders rotated back. You can keep a micro bend in the front knee, or keep it nice and straight. And look up at your top hand, or if your neck is feeling a little bit dodgy, you can look forward as well. And stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come up, keeping your arms out to the side. Take the left foot in, pivot the right foot out, keeping that leg straight, hips facing forwards, and then same again on this side. So a micro bend in that knee, lean forwards, lean to the side, bring that arm down, this arm up, look up to the top. Again, micro bend in this front knee, roll your shoulders back and down your back, and stay here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend that front knee, come up, hands to the hips, switch your feet again. Bring that foot slightly further in. You're going to face forward, so hips in line with the legs, back leg straight. And I'm going to swap my legs here so that you can see what I'm doing with my block. Because what we want to do here, we're not feeling very flexible, is place a block next to our right foot. Hands on the hips. Raise the right arm up, twist down, hold on to your block or the floor on the outside of your foot, and bring your arm up. Put your shoulders down your back again, and look up to your hand for 5 breaths. If this is too challenging, you can bring the back knee down, like so. And we've got another 3 breaths here. Sorry, try not to fall over.
and 1. Hands back on the hips, come up, hands on the waist, and then we're going to swap sides. Bring our block in again, next to our foot. Raise the left hand up this time. Fold forward, twist around, hand on the block or on the floor if you can reach there. Arm up, look up to the hand and stay here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2. The goal is to keep the back heel down. 4 and 5. Gently come up, all the way up. Hands to hips. Turn around. Bend the knee. Jump forward on the exhale. Hands down. Okay, now we're going to do extended side angle pose. So you can move your blocks away for now. So stand at the top of the mat, feet together. Inhale, hands to your hips, roll your shoulders back, bend the knees, exhale, take a big step back to a wide leg stance. Right foot forward, left foot in, bend that front knee this time, extend the arms out to the side, lean forward, and you have a choice here, elbow on your knee, and arm up overhead like so. And you can put your hand down to the floor, arm up and overhead, or hand to block and arm up overhead. Keep pushing into the outer edge of that back foot. Keep your chest revolved round to the front and look at your thumb. We're here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on up. Straighten that knee, hands to hips. Swap your feet. Bend your front knee. Arms to the side. Lean forward. Elbow on top of your thigh. Arm all the way over, or again, hand to floor or hand to block. Twist yourself so your chest is facing forward as well as your pelvis. Keep that back leg strong, and we're here for another 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on up. Arms up, hands to your waist. Switch your feet again. We're going to do a modified revolved side angle. So we're going to come to a wider legged stance to help with balance here. I'm going to show you this way so that you can see where I'm going. Hands to the hips, come down to a low lunge. Lift the right arm up here. Come over, hook your right arm onto your left leg. Create a prayer pose here. Now you have a choice at this point. If you can reach, you can put your hand to the floor and do this. You can do this. You can lift your leg. It's been a long day at work, my balance isn't great. So you can lift your leg and have prayer pose with your hands at heart center, or you can lift your leg and do the full posture. So I'm going to stay here so that I don't fall over in front of you too much. We're here for another 5 breaths. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Tuck the knee, come up, hands to hips. We're going to swap that over. Come to the other side of the mat. Bend the knee down. Lift your arm up. Look up. Hook your elbow over your thigh. Hands in prayer at the front of your chest. Pick your option. So stay here. Lift the knee. Put your arms down. And we're here for another 5 breaths. So that's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Tuck the toe, gently come all the way up. Hands to hips, bend the front knee. Inhale, exhale to the top, hands down. Now we're going to do some wide-legged forward folds. So feet together, inhale, hands to your hips, exhale, take a big step out to the side, as wide as you can go. You're going to turn your feet in, so that your toes are pointing in the way, and your heels are pointing out the way. Hands to hips, roll the shoulders, look up, fold forwards, keeping our chest proud forwards. Take our peace fingers again. Nope, sorry. Fold forwards, bring our hands to the floor. You can bring your hands further forward if you like, or put them in between your feet. Once again, we're making sure that we're not rounding in the spine so that we can look backwards and trying to keep our legs straight. Inhale to a flat back halfway position. Exhale, forward fold, and stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, all the way up, look up. Exhale, look forward. Hands out to the side. Inhale, hands to the waist. Exhale, fold forward, keeping the hands to the waist. Come down as far as you can while still keeping a flat back. Gaze to your nose or the floor if you're not comfortable with that. And stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, and 2, and 3, keeping those elbows back, 4, and 5. On an inhale, gently come all the way up. Look up. Exhale, look front. Inhale, arms to the side. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, like so. If you can get your palms together, great. If you can't, just like that, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, look up, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing your hands over your head as much as comfortable. Still keeping that back nice and straight. And again, your drishti point is your nose. 5 breaths here. So that's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Inhale, come all the way up. Look up. Exhale, look front, release the arms. Inhale, hands to the hips, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, fold forward. And now we're going to take our peace fingers and wrap them around our big toes. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale all the way down. 5 breaths here, keeping that spine nice and straight. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, all the way up, look up. Exhale, look front. Spin that left foot back out to the side, bend the knee. Inhale, exhale forward, hands down to standing. Okay, one more forward folding type posture. So, feet together one more time. Hands to the waist, roll the shoulders, look up. Inhale, exhale, take a step back, but not as wide as the ones you were doing before. Right foot forward, left foot out, and bring yourself to face the front. Lift up with the, oh no, I'm sorry. Take your arms, and you're going to bring them into a prayer, reverse namaskar, behind your back. If you can't do that, or it hurts your wrists and shoulders, then please do just grasp your elbows behind your back like this. You'll still get just as much benefit without pulling your shoulders out of alignment, okay? So, we're going to roll our shoulders back, look up with an inhale, exhale, we're going to twist ever so slightly, bringing ourselves down to fold down over our front leg. The goal is to get your forehead near your shin without arching the back, keeping your back nice and straight. Again, micro bend in that front leg if you need to. And we're here for another 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on up on an inhale, ease yourself up. Keep your arms in your position, so whether it's with your elbows clasped or your reverse prayer, turn around to the other side. Once again, roll your shoulders back, look up. Do this way this time. And take a slight twist and fold down over your front leg. Again, we're keeping our back nice and straight, aiming our forehead for our shin, not our knee. And we're here for 5 more breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Breathe in and come up. Bend that front knee, step forwards. Release your arms. Give your wrists a couple of circles clockwise and anti-clockwise. And the same with the shoulders. Forwards and back, or backwards and forwards, as I just did. Now, this is the part of the sequence where you might need the wall or your handy mantelpiece. You could also use a strap or a tie from your dressing gown, something like that. So we're going to do a couple of balancing postures. So standing, feet together, hands on the waist, roll the shoulders back, lift up the right knee, catch the right knee. If you can catch the right foot, the right toe, you can do that. Straighten out the leg in front of you. Or this is where you can use the strap. But otherwise, just grab the knee, that's fine. Inhale, exhale, bring the foot up further. Or the knee. I want to stay here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, perfectly acceptable at this point as well. 3, to hold on to your wall. 4 and 5. Without dropping the knee down or the foot down, going to inhale and exhale and bring that knee out to the side. And while we do that, we're going to look in the opposite direction and we're going to hold that for 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your head back first, and then bring that knee back in. Bring your head down to meet your knee. Inhale up. Exhale, release the knee, hands to hips, and straighten your front leg out. We're going to hold the front leg out straight for 5 and 4, keeping yourself forward. 3, lift that leg a bit higher. 2 and 1. Gently drop the foot down. If you're like me, you'll probably need to give your feet a little bit of a shake here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, you can use knee, toe, strap if you like. So inhale, exhale, hands to hips, roll the shoulders back, stand up nice and tall. Left knee up, hold the left knee. Inhale, exhale, a little bit higher. And hold here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2. If your legs out straight, pull your toes towards you. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, exhale, leg out to the side, gaze in the opposite direction over your shoulder. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, knee in. Exhale, head to knee. Falling over is okay. Inhale, up. Exhale, leg out. Nice and straight. And stay here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that foot down. Okay, come back to the top of your mat. Now we're going to go back into more movement again. So we are going to do chair posture, Virabhadrasana 1 and 2, so warrior 1 and 2, and these link together in a sequence with the sun salutation that we learned earlier on today. So come to the top of your mat, feet together or slightly wider, hands by your side. Ready, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, knees down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward. Utkatasana, chair pose. Stay here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2. Remember to look up, hold your arms up. 4 and 5. Fold forward into your forward fold on an exhale. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, palms down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, pivot on your back foot, come up into warrior one. Arms up, hips forward, back leg straight, knee above ankle. And we're here, look up, and we're here for 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Straighten the front leg, keeping our arms up, pivot on your feet, come into warrior one on the left hand side. So again, knee above ankle, back leg straight, pushing into the back of the back foot, arms up, look up, that's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Open up your arms into warrior two, and if you need to extend your back foot back a little bit, please feel free to do so. Sink down, still knee above ankle, arms out straight, and your gaze is over your left arm. And we're here for 5. That's 1. Tuck that tailbone under. Push her on the back foot. 3, 4, and 5. Straighten that front leg. Switch your sides. Come down. Once again, pressure in the back foot. On the outer edge, knee above ankle. Arms out straight. Look over your right hand. Tailbone tucked under. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Straighten that front knee. Windshield the arms down, bend the knee. Feet on the fingers on the floor. Step back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Step forwards. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, come to standing. Well done. We've done a lot of forward folds in the class so far. So what I want you to do is kind of come down onto the mat, do a bit of a bridge posture, some twists, just to close out our class. So come down into child's pose first off. So come down onto your knees, big toes to touch, and then your knees as wide as is comfortable for yourself. They can be as wide as a yoga mat, they can be close together. And then we're going to fold forwards, walking ourselves down, keeping our bottom pressed towards our heels. Reach our arms forward, touch our heads to the mat. If this isn't comfortable, you can take your block and you can rest your head on your block as well. And we're just going to spend 5 to 8 breaths here, just to bring our breath back to normal. And to start to wind down our practice today. So I hope you feel, even though we've done kind of beginner modifications of the postures, that actually it's not as easy as it can be as you would think it would be, and that modifying to suit your own body definitely is a way of being able to practice yoga and to be able to get stronger, and then hopefully to be able to go on and do the full poses. Okay, gradually come up and remove the block if you are using them. So now we're going to come onto our backs. So just swing your legs around. We're going to come down onto our backs, feet hip width apart. And we're going to come down and we're going to take a bridge posture, just to bend our backs in the opposite direction, because we've done a lot of forward folding today. So snuggle your shoulders under your, snuggle your shoulder blades under your back. Peel your hips up off the floor, pushing your hands into the floor, and come up into a bridge posture. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees, and if you like, you can take your hands and walk your shoulders further under and clasp your hands underneath your back. Push yourself up. We're here for another 5 breaths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your clasp, hands to the floor, and slowly roll your spine back down. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a wee hug. You deserve it. You've worked hard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drop our knees over to the right hand side, avoiding the plant if we can, and take our arm out to the left, head to the left, close down the eyes, relax here for 5 breaths. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Tense the abs slightly, bring the knees back up to center. Give yourself another wee squeeze, and then drop those knees all the way down onto the left hand side. Right arm out, look over your right shoulder, close your eyes again, 5 breaths here. So that's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now bring yourself back to center, pop your feet down, and then stretch your legs out, feet as wide as your yoga mat, shoulder blades down your back, arms out wide, palms facing up. Close down your eyes, breathe nice and deeply here. Feel yourself sinking down into the floor. Listen to the sounds around you. It's really windy here today, but the sound's really calming. Listen to your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your stomach. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel your back expanding into the ground with every inhale. And feel your belly pushing towards the ground with every exhale. Feel free to stay here in Savasana for as long as you see fit. You can stay here for 5, 10, 15, however long you need. However, if you need to get on with the rest of your day, start to wriggle your fingers and toes. Move your head and rock it from side to side. Bend the knees and roll onto whatever side is good for you. Using your bicep as a pillow. Stay here for a breath or two. And then using your arm, push yourself up to a comfortable seat of your choice. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Bring your palms to heart center. Take a deep breath. Be grateful that you showed up on your mat today and that you've done your practice. Another breath in, breath out. Bow your head to your hands. Be thankful for the practice that you've shared. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know. Thank you very much.